Hey guys, how would you like to figure out how to multiply your efforts like 100-fold? Oh, stay tuned, that's what this video is all about today. Hi, this is Frank Thomas from Wealth Generation Strategies. Thanks for joining me today. I have got a great video for you today, and it's all about how you can 100 times or 100-fold increase your efforts of whatever you put your hand to, especially if you're becoming a creator. In a previous video, which I'll link to at the end of this video, I talk about becoming a creator. Interesting video to watch. Put it in the back of your mind for now. If you're becoming a creator, you want to be able to create things as quickly as possible, but as highest quality as physically possible as well. First off, I'm going to tell you there's a lot of things that are going to hold you back when it comes to becoming a creator, if not kill your ability to get stuff done. Believe it or not, it's not stuff that's going to cost you money. It's not the wrong equipment that you have, or equipment that you need, or education you have or you don't have. It's got nothing to do with that. And this is probably the most important thing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the things that are between your ears that you need to get over. I mean, get over. Build a bridge and get over it. If you overcome them, you are going to smash down all the roadblocks that you have in life. So let's get started here. As I mentioned, and I alluded to in the very introduction here, these roadblocks or these things that are holding you back are not money, they're not time, they're not knowledge, or they're not even resources. All these things are important, but none of these will make or break you. What I'm going to tell you will make or break you. It's what's between your ears and at your brain. What is your brain telling you? How does your brain feel? How do you feel? Let's just make it simple. Let's not make it kooky. Let's make it simple. How do you feel? What are you thinking about? You got to think about that. There's a few stages you're going to go through which can be crippling. They can completely cut you off at the knees and you never get anything done. Let's start with the very first one that I see all the time, and that is fear. There's a course I'm taking. Their favorite expression is to punch fear in the face. And I love that expression. Punch fear in the face. I like that. So you need to do that. Now that fear can manifest itself in a lot of ways, and it's big, and you have to recognize it, but don't succumb to it. The fear of, oh, what will other people think? Or, oh, I don't want anybody to see my face. Or, oh, I don't like being in front of a camera. Or, oh, what if I offend somebody? Or, oh, whatever. I'm going to tell you right off the kick, if you want to become a creator and you want to multiply your efforts 100-fold, you're going to offend, you're going to upset, and there's always going to be trolls that are going to troll you. Plain and simple, that's the way life is. I know when my wife first started building her presence on Facebook, the trolls that came out of the woodwork were just incredible, and we still have troll problems every once in a while. You know something? We knew them for what they were, and we went, whatever, not a big deal. When I said to my wife, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal, she was like, oh, okay. If you get it, that's fine. When I started my business and I started to really present myself as a person out there, like even a YouTube channel, there's a lot of really good people and I get lots of really great feedback, but then there's always a few people who have nothing good to say. If that's you, you got to change your attitude. I'm sorry, but you're not helping anybody and you're especially not helping yourself. I remember my daughter was working at a company. The people she was working with weren't very nice. I said to her, you got to feel sorry for those people. And she's like, well, why? They're the ones who are trolling me and are being cruel to me. And I said, they got to go home with themselves. If they're saying that to you, what are they saying to themselves? Think about it. Okay, so fear. You need to punch fear in the face. I love that expression so much. Whenever fear starts cropping up and you think, oh, what about this? What about that? Who cares? Your objective here is to get better and better every time you try. Get better and better and better. I know I've read countless stories about people who went to the Olympics 4 or 5 years running. Every 4 years they went and they went and they went. In the beginning they got nothing. They earned no medals. But eventually they'd have a gold medal in their hand. is because I kept coming back and they would not give up. So they punched fear in the face and they said, no, I'm not going to give up. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what my friends are saying. If you have negative friends, you got to cut them loose. Let's go to point number 2. Let's say you get by fear. You move beyond that. And unfortunately, fear does crop up every once in a while. The next one is, I like to call the weeds. This is when we overcomplicate what we're trying to put together. The weeds are very, very real. They, just like owning a lawn, I have a house with 2 big lawns on it. I'm always combating the weeds. I always have to deal with the weeds. The weeds will never go away and they're always there. You have weeds between your ears. Now, what are the weeds? You're overcomplicating the stinking problem. Don't overcomplicate it. Just work through it. I always say, the best thing you can ever do is have goals and timelines to those goals. Like when I was writing my book, I got caught in the weeds and all of a sudden months go by and things don't get done. And I've done nothing because I'm too wrapped up in the weeds. I don't know how to format the book. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to end this chapter. All of a sudden I started putting deadlines. I said, I will get this done. I will get the first draft done. I'm part of a Writers Guild, and I decided, no, by the time, the July timeframe I think it was, or the August timeframe, I'm going to have a first draft in my hand. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this stinking thing with me to the Writers Guild and say, I've got it done finally. In the last couple days, an amazing thing happened. I found that because I just had to get it done, I cut right through all the fluff. I didn't care about the weeds anymore. I just got it done. I just got it done. And that's the important thing. I got it done. I was able to go to the next step. So don't let the weeds hold you back. That's the second thing. The third thing I see all the time, discouragement. Oh my goodness gracious. This is when your brain tells you, it's just really a good idea. You might be wasting your time. Even with this channel, I won't lie, I've cut over 20 videos into this channel at this moment in time. I've seen some success, but it's not like I'm earning anything from it. I'm more interested though in giving value to you guys. I'm more interested in ensuring that you guys get something from it. And it really warms my heart when you guys decide to leave a comment. So be sure to leave a comment, leave a like. You guys have been so kind already. You guys, I should say guys and gals. But you folks have been so kind and leaving comments which are encouraging in that and inspirational. I appreciate that. I really, really do. So keep it up. So if you haven't left a comment or if you haven't liked the video, please do so right now. But in discouragement, boy, discouragement is a tough one because discouragement just wants to say to you that, oh, you're wasting your time. Why are you doing this? Nobody's going to want this. You'll never get it done. Yada, yada, yada. Like, oh. I wish I could turn that part of my brain off. It's just terrible. You have to remember you're in this for the long haul. The one thing that keeps me focused and keeps me on point and keeps me going is realizing that Rome wasn't built in a day. When I was doing my training for becoming a programmer, it was a 1-year-long boot camp, I think they called it. They said to me, oh yeah, you should be able to do part-time and get it done. Oh my goodness, it was a full-time job for a whole year. I had so much to learn and so much to digest and so much to understand that I wanted to give up on a few occasions, and I realized that's why they charge so much for this boot camp. I paid a lot of money to go to this, and I understood why they charge so much. If I had paid $50 or $100, I would have quit. I'll be straight up with you. I would have quit. I would have said, oh, it's a waste of time. But because I paid so much for it, I wanted to graduate. Boy, how good it felt. I tell you, I found out, I had one of my lead instructors give me a call and say, Frank, you're running out of time. And I went, what? What are you talking about? I didn't realize I actually had a fixed deadline that I had to get my final. They call it a capstone project, which is like a project that tests all the training that you did for the whole year in one big software product that you would build. They gave you a concept, an idea, and they said, go boy, go. They said that you have exactly 1 month to do it, but you only have a week left. If you don't get done in a week, you're gonna have to start this whole year over again. And I'm like, I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna start all over again. There's no way. I gotta get this done. So, you know, my instructor said something to me that was pretty instrumental. He said to me, I'm not worried about you, Frank. I know you can get it done in a week. Don't let me down. Wow, my wife will tell you, I worked my little tailbone off for that week. I didn't do anything but this project. It forced me to learn things that I never really completely got, and it forced me to understand things that I didn't completely understand, and it forced me to get it done, and I got it done the best I could, and I had no time for fluff. I had zero time for fluff to get this done. I actually spent 2 whole nights staying up all night trying to write this software, but I got it done in I think 5 or 6 days. I got it done, soup to nuts. Handed it in before the deadline. The instructor came back because it was marked by the instructor and another instructor, so there was no bias. And they both came back and said, this is one of the best projects we've seen in a long time. Yeah, there's a few places where you struggled a bit, but they gave me, I think, like a 92 or 93% overall, because they said it was so well done. Like, there was no fluff. You did exactly what needed to be done. The code was really good. You followed all the procedures. You didn't make any glaring errors. There was a few places where you didn't fully understand, but that's okay. Like, that's why you got docked a few points. But they were like, no, you got it done. I never forgot that. It reminded me every time I become discouraged, I got to remember the process, and I just got to get it done. I have to have goals set behind them. I have a time frame to get it done. I got to tell discouragement that, hey, get lost. I'm working on it. There's some projects I've been working on for years, and good things take time. And here's something to encourage you. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and it wouldn't be a high value item anymore. If anybody could just go do it, then who cares? Everybody can breathe, so nobody's going to pay you to breathe. I hate to be very obvious about it, but that's the truth of it. But if you're the only one who knew how to make oxygen and there is no oxygen, boy, your oxygen would be worth a lot of money, man. So you got to think about that. Remember that the obstacles that you encounter are going to make it just as tough, if not impossible, for the next person. And it makes what you do worth more. Before we close off, I want to remind you that, yes, we got a really great video. There's a video here that talks about becoming a creator. You need to watch it, so be sure to watch it after this. But I want to leave you with something that is really instrumental. It's one of Newton's laws of physics. His first law states, an object in rest stays in rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. The sooner you get yourself into motion, the sooner you stay in motion. Another one of his laws states that the acceleration is dependent upon the force put behind it, and it's exactly the same with anything that you do. The more force you put behind it, the faster it will accelerate. So if you want to see results quickly, whether it's saving, creating a new project, creating a new site, new talent, put your whole heart behind it. Put everything you got behind it. Burn your ships, literally burn your ships. Make it so you have no way to go back. You have no way to go back at all, and you got forward, you can only go forward and you can't go back. And I hope that helps you out. This is Frank Thomas. Like I said earlier, if you like this video and you found value in it, please like the video, but also be sure to check out this video that talks all about becoming a creator. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.